Welcome to the Algebra I STAAR podcast. I am Miss Clifton, and in today's episode, we will be showing how to simplify radicals. Stay tuned so I can show you. This is a question that we will be answering today. It says, which of the following expressions is equivalent to 2 times the square root of 135? If you look at all of your answers, they're just a simplified version of the radical. What do we need to know? In this case, to simplify radicals, we are going to use what we call prime factorization. That is, when you take a number, we're going to use the example of the number 75, and we're going to keep looking for two numbers that multiply gives us, in this case, 75. So in this case, we know 3 times 25 equals 75, until we only have prime numbers. In this case, 3 is a prime number, so we are done, but not the 25, which means that we need to find another two numbers that multiply give us 25. And 5 times 5 gives you 25, and they are prime numbers, which means that we are done. We have a 3, a 5, and a 5. This means that 75 equals 3 times 5 times 5, and all of the numbers in my multiplication are prime factorization. This is very useful when we are trying to simplify radicals, because if in this case we would like to actually simplify the square root of 75, we will substitute the 75 for 3 times 5 times 5. This, we know that every time that we have doubles, in this case we have 2 5s, these 2 5s will come out of the radical as 1 5. And the 3 that it stayed inside of the radical will stay there. So the square root of 75 can be simplified into 5 times the square root of 3. So the first thing that we need to think of is that we have a 135 inside, and all that they're asking us to do is to simplify. So we have 2 square root of 135. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus first with the 135, what is inside of the square root. And what we will do is actually figure it out what is the prime factorization. So we're going to start with two numbers that multiply give me 135. That'll be 27 times 5. So when it comes to the 5, there's nothing else that give us two multiples of 5. So we are going to keep working with the 27. Two numbers that multiply give me 27 will be 3 times 9. Just like the 5, with the 3, there's not another two numbers that will multiply give me 3, so this is a prime number. So now I'm going to stick to the 9. Two numbers that multiply give me 9 will be 3 and 3. So at last, all that I have is 3, 3, 3, and 5. All of them prime numbers. So what this means is that 135 is the same as saying 3 times 3 times 3 times 5. So up here, we still have a 2. But when it comes to the square root of 135, what we are going to write is 3 times 3 times 3 times 5. So the prime factorization. From here, we're going to keep the 2 outside. And we know that the reason why we did the prime factorization is because every time that we have two numbers that are the same or doubles, they're going to get out of the of the radical as 1. And this will multiply the 2. And whatever was left inside of the radical, in this case 3 and the 5, will remain inside. 3 times 5. So now all that we have is two numbers outside that they will multiply. 2 times 3 gives me 6, square root, and two numbers inside that all that they're going to do is going to multiply. 3 times 5, 15. And that's how I know my answer is B. What did we do today? Today, we found equivalent radicals by simplifying by first, finding the prime factorization of the radical. Then, we use the prime factorization to find what can be taken out of the radical, meaning the doubles. Lastly, we multiply all numbers outside of the radical and separately multiplied all the numbers left inside of the radical. I hope you enjoyed this episode and learned how to find equivalent radicals by simplifying. Until next time, thank you.